Let's dive into a detailed summary of One Piece Chapter 1130. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Title of the chapter: Cursed Prince. Cover story. Yamato is seen taking a nap with Otama, but a shadowy figure approaches, stealing Yasui's sword. The chapter starts on a ship heading to Elbaf. Franky informs the giants that they should stop searching, as they've exhausted all options. Jinbei even enlisted the help of sharks to scour the surrounding seas, but they found nothing. Their only remaining option is to trust their comrades and wait in Elbaf. The giants agree, and the ship continues its journey. We then cut to Luffy's group, emerging from the road diorama. They find themselves in a giant, Lego-like castle situated in the middle of a snowy landscape, surrounded by forests and mountains. This castle, perched atop one of the mountains, has a long bridge that connects to a massive tree branch in the sky. Nami, overwhelmed by the sheer scale of everything, feels dizzy. As they watch from a distance, two figures cross the bridge toward the castle, prompting the crew to hide. The approaching duo are Goldberg and Gerd, two members of Howdean's crew. Alongside Gerd is Piper, a giant owl. Gerd questions why Howdean would let someone as peculiar as Piper join their crew, but Goldberg acknowledges Piper's skills as a navigator. Gerd, however, admits her disdain for Piper, even comparing him to Prince Loki, whom she considers an embarrassment to Elbaf. The two head toward the castle because Piper's owl detected RH's crow carrying a ship. Road has a reputation for capturing ships and claiming them as invaders in Elbaf, which allows him to seize them under the guise of protecting the island. Gerd plans to report any misconduct to Jaru, the elderly giant from Big Mom's past who is now around 800 years old. Hearing that invasions are illegal, Nami orders the crew to stay hidden while Goldberg and Gerd knock on the castle door calling for RH. The Straw Hats sneak across the bridge, under which a forest filled with giant wolves below. Midway across the bridge, Luffy suddenly halts. He confesses that ever since they entered the Block Kingdom, he has been sensing a powerful presence, a scream so intense that he can feel it resonating through his body. Zoro and Sanji must have felt it too. Luffy is eager to investigate the source, but Sanji volunteers to stay with the group and prevent Zoro from following Luffy, remarking that this Marimo shouldn't be allowed in any forest. Luffy tells the others to continue ahead before leaping into the forest below. Back on the Elbaf ship, the giants are reading the latest edition of the World Economy newspaper. The front page story shocks Dory and Brogy. It reports that the giant warrior pirates attacked Egghead Island. Brogy is outraged by the lies, but the print is too small for him to read. Robin steps in, reading aloud the headline. The giant warrior pirates, alongside Yonko Luffy of the Straw Hat crew, have awakened from their 100-year slumber and set Egghead ablaze. The article continues, revealing that both Dory and Brogy, the red and blue ogres, now have bounties of 1.8 billion berries each. Their new wanted posters featuring photos from Egghead are shown. Brogy is stunned at the massive bounty increase, recalling that the previous chiefs only had bounties of 100 million berries. Robin notes that inflation over the past century has significantly driven up bounty numbers, but this increase is reasonable for Elbaf's veteran warriors. The paper also claims that Luffy is responsible for killing Vegapunk, and it shows an image of Luffy in Gear 5 with an X marked on his arm. Robin notices the mark and pauses, reflecting on how it's always been present when Luffy gains more freedom. Franky admits he never paid much attention to it, as Luffy is constantly moving around. The mark seems suspiciously clear in the image. Dory comments on Luffy's growing status, saying that he's now on par with red-haired Shanks. He also reveals that Howdean, one of Elbaf's youths, has become one of Luffy's subordinates. The conversation shifts to the current state of Elbaf, where a significant problem has arisen. During Dory and Brogy's absence, Prince Loki, the cursed son of the king, was born. Loki is an evil giant who murdered his father, King Hral, in a bid to claim a legendary devil fruit passed down through Elbaf's royal family. Loki ate the fruit and, while the Elbaf warriors managed to contain him, he is now on the verge of breaking free. All of Elbaf's warriors are needed to stop him. Franky is shocked at the level of power required to subdue Loki. Cutting back to Luffy, we are treated to a stunning double-page spread. Luffy encounters a giant chained in the middle of the snowy landscape. This is Loki. His design is breathtaking. A tall, muscular giant with long hair and two braids, a goatee, tattoos on his arms, and a black helmet with horns. Loki carries an axe on his back and sports a Jolly Roger with a crown on his belt. His eyes are covered with bandages, and when he speaks, his long tongue hangs out, much like Doflamingo's. Loki demands Luffy's name, to which Luffy boldly replies, "I'm Luffy, the man who will become king of the pirates." Loki responds, introducing himself as Loki, the sun god, who will bring about the end of the world. This ominous declaration sets the stage for the next chapter, leaving us on a cliffhanger. The final epic double-page spread. We finally see the entirety of Elbaf after years of anticipation. The massive tree, Yggdrasil, dominates the landscape, with mountains seeming small in comparison. Waterfalls cascade from its trunk, and a middle layer of the tree's branches serves as home to the giants, complete with a majestic castle and village. A colossal sword pierces the middle layer of the tree, extending all the way to the ground. End of chapter. The series will be on a 2-week break, so stay tuned for more updates. If you enjoyed this summary, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. See you next time, and thank you for watching.